Hello, this is Gary Carboraider. This is finally the video where I will be addressing my age and looks. And I'll be getting rid of the facial hair finally. Yeah, so that we can see my face. And it's the part that the facial hair covers that mostly shows aging. I've been eating a vegan diet for the last 28 years. And the diet's also been kind of low fat and low protein, carb-based. And they say that it's carbs that mostly age you. You know, AGE, advanced glycemic, as in carbs, and products. And being a vegan is the reason people have been criticizing my aging. They say it's the vegan diet, of course. Well, I say I'm actually not aging. You see, about 2 years ago I started going through some health crisis, which I call a healing crisis. Others may disagree. It was bad enough that feed themselves with low carb, but this is 2 levels crazy, and this has gotten so crazy.
Oh, people, this is piss funny, is it not?
And with those health problems for the last couple of years, I found it too much trouble to shave, so I let my facial hair grow. And I think that is the real reason why I look as if I'm aging. On the other hand, there are some legitimate reasons why I could be aging. And maybe I just don't know. This is where you mostly see the aging. Some reasons I might be aging, along with these health issues. I think the issues center around stress. Stress ages you, causes wrinkles, causes gray hair, that's for sure. Yeah. But I think I've also been detoxing. And I think it's the detox, this is my theory, it's the detox that is causing the problems I'm having. And that I'm actually getting healthier. So I might actually look really good under this hair. So there was a particular video a few months back where I got a lot of comments attacking my looks, even though my looks had nothing to do with the video. The video was about Frank Tufano's age. Frankie has an excuse, a similar excuse I have, so it would be unfair for me to not bring it up. That is, Frank has had past health problems. He had some kind of irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. He says that he could not eat plant food. And also, he says he had a failing liver, so these things could have affected the way he looks. My past health problems still linger today and affect my health. And I bring that up when people try to blame my current diet. Doing that close-up shot of Frank just made me realize either his videos are filmed in low quality, which I don't think so, or it just looks like makeup. Can't get any detail on his face. So here's a better picture 3 years back. Even though I have this stressful personality and been through a lot, all of that is the reason I got into eating differently and how I got to eating a high-fruit diet. I just started eating in a way that would minimize the effects of the stress. And just maybe that diet is why stress has not aged me. For the 27 years I've been doing the diet, I'd say I have aged very slowly during that time. Now, right now, it's hard to tell how I've aged in the last couple of years because I haven't been shaving. I was just seeing Frankie's got a video saying, vegans age fast. Well, do a video about me, Frankie. I've done a whole bunch about you. You can imagine those people were fans of Frank Tufano just trying to attack the messenger. But the fact is, I do look older than Frank, yeah. But guess what? I am. Those people didn't know my age. That's the weird thing. that I kept replying to their comments. No one ever comments back. What I said in that video was, quote, I don't think I have more aging than Frank does. But you can't see it because I got facial hair. But of course I look older than him because I am. But they didn't know that. Just a couple days ago I got another comment on that video. It's like they're assuming I'm Frank's age too and then comparing the two of us. And most of them seem to actually be projecting. They think I'm younger than I am and just look older. I'm 54, but instead of saying you're 54 and look about 46, they're saying you look like you're 46, but your aging looks like 60 or 65. See, they got it backwards. Because they didn't know my age, they were projecting that they think I'm younger than I actually am, and it's just my vegan diet's making me look older than I am. No, I am older. I am that age. They thought it was an insult to say I look 60 when I'm only 5 years away from that, which means they would not guess that I'm the age I am. Okay, now we're going to do the before and after. This is where I usually sit. So take a look at how I look. And the lighting, as I said before when talking about this, the lighting is very important. I got this light up here, so it's going to be just like that for the after. Also, I want to get a different shot with different lighting. Come around here. I got my blinds all the way open. So I'm standing about 4 feet away from it. And that should make me look better. It's a lot more spread out lighting and natural lighting. Oh, and also I want to mention, the reason I'm holding the camera is so you know the distance of the camera, arm's length. So I want to make sure everything's the same for the after. I'll do this all again. And then there's Bart K. Me and him had a live discussion 4 years back, and he kept calling me son, which is strange for me because I'm 3 years older than him. Maybe he didn't know that. There's a good chance of that. So I'm guessing he assumed, like most people have always assumed, that I'm 12 years younger than I actually am. Which reminds me, let's just get to it. Here's the part of the video where I'm going to shave, and then I'm going to come back. I got a little more to say about Bart and the anti-vegan community.
Ocean Service says on its website that sea level along the U.S. coastline is projected to rise on average 10 to 12 inches in the next 30 years.
Good luck getting a turkey for Thanksgiving. Number one, you won't get it, and if you do, you're going to pay 3 to 4 times more than you paid last year.
Okay, so turkey prices aren't up 300%, right?
They are not. They are up, but not even close to that. You can go look at the data online from the U.S. Department of
Good luck getting a turkey.
Depending on what kind of frozen bird you get.
You won't get it, and if you do, you're going to, number one, you won't get it.
Imagine seeing that and then sitting in your busted chair at home and going, you know what? I need to kill someone over this. It's weird because Stephen Jike Williams allegedly vowed to execute fact checkers for the defamation and slander of the ex-president. He says this: you are hereby ordered by we the people under the laws of the Constitution to cease and desist all defamation and slander of MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump. This is treason, an act of war, and we will treat you accordingly.
All right, I'm partway through. I realized I have to do this in parts because I don't want to have that problem with my arm, you know, that I had a year ago. Repetitive motion injury. It's not that shaving will do it. It's that I do so many things with my hands and arms that I got to pace myself. I learned to do that a year ago. Notice I'm not even holding the camera now. I've got more shaving to do. And I'm real busy too, doing a lot of stuff. And it's getting late on this day. This video is taking like 4 days to make.
Leave peacefully or your children will forget who you are. So of course, that's when the FBI agent came in. So this pair were in plain clothes and they showed up in an unmarked car at Williams' home. When they pulled into the driveway, Williams bolted from his front porch and ran towards the vehicle. "Why the F are you on my property?" Williams shouted. The female agent showed Williams her credentials, which instantly made him very angry, and he began yelling that the Department of Justice and the FBI hired a Russian agent to steal the election.
Okay, I have finished shaving. My window is open. The light is on. I'm sit in the position I was in before, with everything set as it was. And the same time of day too. It is time for the reveal. When I filmed the intermediate shot there, I hadn't looked at my face yet. Then later on I looked and said, whoa, wow. Now there may be some cognitive dissonance in the comments below, people seeing what they want to see. But what I see is, I'd say my theory was right. Not only do I not look any older than 2 or 3 years ago, I might look better. I see like no sagging, no wrinkles. You know, like Eric Berg has, which I've showed in my videos, and Frank in this video, got sagging and leathery wrinkling around here. And I hardly have any. I'm the age that Eric Berg was 3 years ago when I made that video about him, comparing him and me. Oh, I got to get the other position here with the window lighting. This should be even better. It really is amazing. And remember that it's the anti-vegans that brought up the looks thing. Well, I think we both bring it up. But they're really quick to point out your looks and then equate it to your diet. But now they'll probably change their tune completely. Oh, that's completely unscientific or unfair. Frankie has a lot of past health problems. Yeah, we all do. Well, then just stop playing this vegan deterioration game. Aging of the skin can be from all sorts of different things. But what you're saying here is a lack of aging. This lack of aging is going on year after year after year after year while on this vegan diet. It's not just a vegan diet. No, a vegan diet can be just as unhealthy as any other diet. I happen to be eating one that I know is healthy, which is why I've been eating it for 28 years. You see, I found my way into veganism only because I wanted to start eating healthier. Health was my big objective, and I've got it. So what is this Carboraider diet? This diet is different than most diets. It produces what I call permanent weight loss. The most natural food for humans is fruit. There is no controversy in the scientific community on this. There sure is a lot of fighting on the internet, but the facts are in. Not only are they in my first book called Escape the Diet Matrix.
At some point, and you are one of the exceptions, Gary, that's lasted as long as you have, if indeed you have lasted as long as you say you have on a vegan diet, okay, you'd be the exception. The rule is clear, and it says that 84% of everyone who ever tries to go on a plant-only diet quits within 4 years, and 93% within 5 years, okay? The reason for that is because those people's health falls apart. Their bodies fall apart. They age like fuck. They're inflamed as fuck. Good, short.
Who are you thinking of some specific vegans?
I'm thinking about vegans in general, and I'm speaking about vegans in general.
So are you talking about studies that have been done on vegans to see that
there are actually very few studies that have been done on people who are truly vegan. Show me one.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's because they don't fucking exist, Gary. That's why you can't show me one. The rule is clear, and it says that 84% of everyone who ever...
I didn't think there was much studies.
There's not. Either way, on vegans or on carnivores.
That's right.
I know it's right. That's why I said it.
So if there's a lack of studies, then what are you basing that statement on?
Which particular statement?
The failure of vegans.
Oh, do a Google, Gary. My understanding was that you wanted to discuss some science with me. We've done a bit of that, but you've also had a shot at some carnivores for wearing makeup or being weirdos.
Where you were reviewing my video, and I said vegans should be afraid of you because of your scientific background.
Sure.
And you said, thanks a lot, kid.
Words to that effect. Yeah.
No, I think I got the quote here. I wanted to make sure.
I don't think I would have used the word kid, especially not referring to you, Gary.
But I think you did.
Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm sure I didn't, but I said thanks very much, something or other, probably, I'm sure. The kid's not a word I would use.
Wouldn't it be good if I had that clip on me? That was 4 years ago, so I don't remember exactly. But it looks like I watched the clip at that time and then wrote it down. I didn't pull out the clip, so I guess I didn't have the clip. But since I know that I'm being honest in my videos because I'm genuine about my message, I trust myself that I did see him say that somewhere in a video. So because I trust myself and know that I'm being honest at all times, I put in the work. It took me about an hour. They seem to be all rallying around a person that we haven't heard of. Who is this person?
Who is he indeed?
This is what it says on his channel's About page. Bart K. is a former senior lecturer in clinical physiology, cardiovascular, and respiratory
Data to suggest that you have a relationship between this and that which is causal, and you need to stop presenting these kind of things as evidence to the great unwashed masses.
Well, some of the things he says here are good,
Thanks, mate.
as you would expect from someone of his caliber.
Jeez, thanks
And
again.
that is exactly what makes
The kid's not a word I would use. And I said, well, thanks very much. Yep, okay, so what's your point?
Well, my point is you said some word. I don't, maybe you can guess what word that was that alludes to me being a lot younger than you. Because that's
I might remotely have said some, but I don't think I did. Anyway, what's the point? You're not younger than me. Everybody can
point
see
is
that.
exactly how young do you think I look?
Oh, I see. I think you look all of your 58 years old, 59 years old, Gary, to be honest. I think you look all of it.
Now, aren't you kind of discrediting yourself?
In what way?
He knows I'm trying to make a point, and he continues to derail me.
Okay, so I will reword my question.
Okay, let's have that then.
How old do you think I look, Roy?
Oh,
What?
it's really hard to gauge. It really is, especially when you know what the actual number is. Because that
You
kind
don't. I don't think you do.
Well, I've seen somewhere that you're 58 or 59. I think you posted that on one of your own videos, actually.
Now I remember this. It was clearly a video where I was joking. No one would believe I'm 59. And for him to say that I actually look 59 discredits himself as just another anti-vegan troll.
That said, 59-year-old is.
So I'm doing pretty good for a 59-year-old.
If you are 59, you don't look bad for it, to be honest.
Okay.
You're a very sexy man.
You really don't think I could be 59?
Look, I have no idea. I'm not really very good at this sort of game, Gary. That's not the sort of, No idea, to be honest with you.
Can you see the struggle it is to try to get anywhere with Bart? I was trying to pin him down. The reason I was persisting is because I win on this issue. And I ask anti-vegans how old I am. That will trap them, and they know it. He kept playing this game where he kept joking instead of just honestly answering my questions.
And around the mouth? Then I don't look 58.
I take it back. You're not that sexy after all. Sorry.
See, he just did it again. He doesn't want to have a genuine conversation because I think he knows where I'm going. Do you notice in this video, there's a lot of detail on my end. I'm using an HD webcam, and his webcam looks like it's from the 50s.
You want to put your face close to the camera?
Someone telling me to stop it. This Risa is a carnivore. So all you have to do is look and see how people eat. Bart knows I look nowhere near 59. He may have known what I was trying to do. And he wanted to turn everything I was doing into a joke, making me look bad.
I think this is going very well.
Yeah, for me.
He can't resist. He can't resist. This is part of what was throwing me off the whole time, most of the time. He would keep interrupting with snide comments. I'd have trouble thinking because I know he's going to interrupt. He said minutes earlier that the vegan diet causes you to age rapidly. I'm proof that it doesn't. After going through that whole segment, talking about aging, my actual age was never mentioned, and that is exactly what Bart wanted. I could have mentioned it, but there would be no point. If I go first and say my age, the anti-vegans will just say, you look much older, and then they win. See? This is why Bart would not go first. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to actually guess my age. He wouldn't do it. None of them will do it because they're all afraid that they'll give an age, and then I will pull out my ID like I did in my first video 10 years ago, and show how old I am. I did that in my first video. That's because I have always looked much younger than I am. And I wanted that to be out there right off the bat. And Frank viewers in the comments were playing a similar game. You know, they were making comments, so they had to go first. And so they gave a ridiculously high age, and then they win right there. For the moment.
None of this is helping anybody. So what's the next topic?
Yes, it is.
Looking at the comments to this, someone said what I had just said. It was Bart that said plant-based diet makes you age faster. He brought that up. Here, months back, I was commenting under a video where this woman was experimenting with keto and carnivore, and she was in her 50s. The person here is telling me to do a little research after 4 years of being obsessed with the keto carnivore community. To top it all off, someone calls me kid. These people probably take a look at me, and I look like I'm in my 30s. This is a channel that's centered around people in their 50s, which is the reason I subbed to the channel. And look at how I'm being treated here. 'Cause I'm the youngest looking person because I'm eating right. I've also been mistaken for 10, 15 years younger than I am. I've never drank bone broth, never eat or take collagen supplements, no grass-fed butter, no ghee. It's just fat. I have very little wrinkling, and that's without makeup, without facelifts, without Botox, without good lighting. Look at my lighting. Also in this PBS special, she listed a bunch of ways she has benefited and is feeling good, and I resonated with all of those things. Matter of fact, I was just describing myself a few days ago. Like I'm one of the happiest people there are on YouTube. I'm 54. I'm more enthusiastic about life than ever. Every day I wake up, I'm ready to go, and I just give thanks that I get another day to do stuff like this and to make a difference in the world and to experience so many good things, to accomplish stuff. Here's another troll just yesterday, and it's on that January 1st video, by coincidence. See, lack of nutrition. You can tell he's a carnivore. Then he commented on my latest video. It was about Frank, so he's probably a Frank fan. And I look terrible. No, my facial hair looks terrible. And look at this exaggeration. That's a sure sign of a troll, just like a right-winger. I'm 23 years older than Frank. There isn't much difference in our aging. If vegans age so badly, then why do anti-vegan YouTubers have to alter the pictures of vegans or get a certain frame shot that's way out of the norm? Frank Tufano wears makeup. It's 3 ridge. It's fairage. People say he uses filters. Yeah, that's something to think about if you wanted to trick people. But I'm not trying to trick people. I'm just trying to show them the reality. And over on the Vegan Deterioration channel, she films in really low quality. Seems to be using real old camera, just like Bart. And when she was asked about it, she said that her camera doesn't do HD. Geez, about 7 years ago, I bought my first HD camera used. It was really cheap. Speaking of her, I've been figuratively begging her to do a video about me for many years. Because, you know, if I look this bad, then won't I fit into her channel's theme? And just weeks ago, I literally begged her. I was pretending to be someone else, and she said, I'll check out that channel. Yeah, and that was that. That was weeks ago. And I'll throw in some Sean Baker to wrap things up. He's only a year older than me.